It was not a good time.
Baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have welcome to my house.
Hey guys, it's Maggie, and today I am dressed like an FBI agent because I'm about to spill some tea. So if you're wondering where this random story time came from, it's because people voted on my Twitter page on what story time I should do. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, you should probably do that. Make sure to leave a like and vote on the poll if you want to see more story time videos. We're just gonna go right into this. Just a little disclaimer, me and the boy from the story, the same one from my boyfriend tag, have been broken up for a very long time now. And I don't know if he still watches my videos, but if he is watching this right now, what's up? Okay. Prom. I don't even know where to start with this. Let me just start with the backstory. So I had a friend named Spencer, and we were kind of close, and at the beginning of the year I was kind of messing around with him, like, you know, if I don't get asked to prom, I'm making you take me. It ended up happening. As prom started getting closer, we started realizing that we were actually gonna do this, so we started getting like the color of his tie down and like how much, like who was gonna pay for what and all this stuff. And this had all been decided that I was going with him for sure before me and Sherman started dating. So at track practice one day, all of his friends kind of like came up to me like, oh, Sherman's gonna ask you to prom, and I was like, ugh, I'm already going to prom with someone else. And they were furious with me. They were like,
oh, this is his senior prom in America, like, you could go with Spencer next year.
And like all this stuff, and I was like, you guys realize this is my senior prom too? Like, this was already decided a long time ago. I'm not just gonna dip on Spencer. And they made it seem like when I broke this news to Sherman that he would like throw a fit and like be so mad at me. But he was really chill about it. He was actually really nice about it. Like, he was like, can I pay him back for the tux he bought? And I was kind of like, oh no, like his mom already knows and his mom's excited about it, and we should probably just leave it. And that boy goes, okay, well, I'll just ask someone else so I can have a date. Like, okay, I did have another date, but this was set up before we started dating. So you saying you're gonna ask someone else is kind of like getting back at me. But I mean, I was fine with it at the time. Like, I was like, you go, like, we'll both have a date, like, we're still together, it's chill, we're gonna have a good time.
It was not a good time.
So his group of friends decided that they would let me and Spencer go with them, because it's not like I had any other friends at the time who were going to prom, so they were like, oh, you guys can just come with us. And I thought it would be totally fine. Until the day came and I walked into that house and saw him in a tux and a tie that matched her dress, and I was like, needless to say, I wasn't about that anymore. Like, I'm a jealous person, and I don't know why I thought I would be okay with seeing this when it happened, but in that moment, right when I saw that, I was petty the rest of the night. Dead set on being petty. So the rest of the group was getting their pictures taken by a paid photographer, and I got my best friend Alex to take our pictures because she's really good and she was already doing some that day, and I'll insert those pictures over here. But since they went to go get their pictures done, we already got ours done. We were kind of just sitting alone in the house, and me and Spencer go, I'd really like some McDonald's right now. And I was like, let's do that. So both of us, all decked out in our prom attire, head over to McDonald's, just skip through that drive-thru real quick. We got strawberry banana smoothies and we went back to the house. When we got back to the house, everyone was already back from getting their pictures taken, and they were having dinner, which we ordered pizza for dinner because who needs to go to a fancy restaurant for prom? And nobody else really knew Spencer except for me in the group, and we kind of just were off to the side while they were all talking, and me and Spencer were just like in a corner like, And every once in a while, Sherman would come over and talk to me or like try to make me feel better about whatever. And the time came to head to the dance. Well, dance. All the rest of the people were foreign exchange students, so they couldn't drive. So one of the other people's dates drove one car and then I drove my car. And mind you, Sherman didn't even ride in my car, he went in the other one. And I wasn't really extremely close with anyone else who rode in my car besides Spencer, so it was like a really quiet drive all the way out to where the dance was. And apparently the other car decided to take a detour because they weren't there when we got there. So we just kind of sat on the curb at the college and like waited for them to get there for 15 minutes. Then they walk in, we all go in together, we're standing in line to get into the dance, and I look at Sherman and I was like, you know that you're just gonna like, you're gonna leave me tonight. I know you are, like you're gonna go off with her, I'm not gonna be existing, and you're just gonna be having fun and I'm just not gonna exist to you. And he was like, oh no, that's not gonna happen, like I'm gonna be with you, like it'll be fine. It wasn't fine. So we walk into the room where the dance is at and everyone else walks straight to the dance floor because they're like, let's go. And then me and Spencer are just like standing there next to them like, and I'm not even kidding when I say that we were just standing there. No dance moves, not even like a little swaying, not talking to them either. We're just standing there looking around at everybody dancing. And I cannot emphasize enough how much of a trooper Spencer was, because I feel so bad to this day that like he had to go with me. He bought this tux, he'd spent the night here, and I didn't want to dance. So like props to Spencer for standing by me the whole night and just dealing with that. Then my fairy godmother came from the crowd and her name was Edith. Edith was one of my friends that I've known since like middle school, and we're about the same amount of antisocial in these kind of situations. So when we saw each other, we were like, you come here now. We were just standing on the dance floor talking, and we both kind of like decided that she wasn't gonna leave my side the rest of the night and I wasn't leaving her side. Like we were done deal, packed, not going anywhere. So we went, we found a table and we sat the whole night. Prom 2K16, sitting at a table the whole night. The more I think about this story, the more I feel bad for Spencer. Like, I am so sorry. See, my problem wasn't the sitting. Like, I was chill with sitting. My problem was I was told that I wasn't gonna be left by Sherman, and he did. That boy was on the dance floor nonstop, with his date, with other people, not with me. So about like 2 hours in, he finally decides to come and say something to me. And at that point, I was just very irritated and I wanted nothing to do with it. And he comes over to me like, let's go dance. Let's go dance. And I probably gave him the worst look I've ever given a person in my life. And I'm pretty sure I just gave him the silent treatment too, but I mean, that was just me the whole night. He kind of just took my silent treatment as like,
Okay, you don't want to dance. I'm gonna go.
like, no. Find out what's wrong with me. Love me. Don't leave me. And throughout the whole night, I was just texting him because petty. And I'm sure it was just a bunch of whiny stuff because I was pouty. So me, Edith, her date, and Spencer all decided that we wanted to leave at this point. Like, we were just sitting there doing nothing anyways. And we all decided we were gonna go to McDonald's.
This video is not sponsored by McDonald's either. We just go there a lot.
So I just decided to give Sherman like information like I'm leaving, and I texted him I'm leaving, and boy did that get him going. And he just showed up out of nowhere real fast right before we left out the door and was like, where are you going? And I was like, we're leaving. Like, we're out. And he decides he wants to go too, which I kind of feel bad about now because in my head I probably knew that if I was leaving he would want to come, like he wouldn't want to be without me, even though he was without me the whole night. But it was still his prom and he was actually having fun, and I shouldn't have like told him I was leaving. Like I should have just let him have fun, but petty. So we all leave and he's in my car this time and he didn't say a word the whole time. We get to McDonald's, he still didn't say a single word to me. After we all pig out at McDonald's, I was like, okay, I gotta go take Spencer home now. Then I'll take you wherever you need to go.
So I dropped Spencer off at his house, all the basic things, thank you for taking me, blah blah blah.
I turned around and looked at Sherman and I was like, you gonna get in the front seat now? Not a word. He didn't say a word. And I just kind of like looked at him and I was like, okay, we're leaving. So he gets in the front seat and he starts asking me like what my problem was all night, and I'm not answering, of course. So he's basically like talking to me for 15 minutes and I'm not answering. I'm just looking out the window.
Then I finally decided to get all mushy, like, you left me and you were with her, you don't care about me.
From there it just got all mushy and not interesting. Needless to say, we made up. But that's pretty much it for prom. Really uneventful besides us fighting all night. But like, the McDonald's was good. If you guys made it this far in the video, leave a comment for what you want me to do next. Vote on the poll, leave a like. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me babble about my horrible prom experience. I will see you guys next time.